Welcome, Irish fans, to this week's edition of the Jack Swarbrick Show. On this week's show, we visit with Notre Dame wide receiver Torrey Hunter, Notre Dame hockey forward and alternate captain Jake Evans, and national champion men's soccer coach Bobby Clark. The namesake of this show, Jack Swarbrick, is in Raleigh at the ACC meetings this week. It's certainly no reason to come home with Notre Dame playing there this weekend, so you get the other Jack in the athletic department, me, Jack Nolan, filling in. And I look forward to my first chance to chat on air with our student-athlete co-hosts, Notre Dame football captain and linebacker James Onwualu, and Notre Dame softball pitcher Rachel Nasland. So thanks for letting me go on your show this week.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
I guess Jack didn't trust us to take over.
No, but I wouldn't have either.
Well, you know, it's a long show.
No,
it's
yeah.
I think he's just trying. He doesn't want to exhaust you. You got a big weekend coming.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure if I could do it either, so we appreciate you coming on and helping us out.
I'm sure. I have no question you guys could do it. You've been doing great all year. Big win for your team, 50-33 against Syracuse. I don't know all the fans. They probably didn't realize that it wasn't the easiest week to adjust the defense against one of the most up-tempo teams in the country,
yeah,
especially
absolutely.
After that last long drive that they started at the end of the first quarter that concluded with a score early in the second quarter. You guys only gave up one more long drive the rest of the game, and that was penalty-aided.
Yeah, no, getting settled in was huge for us, and with a team like that running so many plays and one of the fastest teams in the country, it was nice to be able to settle down after a couple series, and like you said, after that, only one long drive after that. So, I was happy with the defense, especially coming back after a week that had a little bit of drama and settling in and playing our game. So,
did I see a couple sacks too?
He had a sack.
I did have a strip sack.
That.
Yeah, I got a little something.
I saw you kind of run off and do a celebratory dance, and the play was still going.
Yeah, I know, trust me. I didn't know I got the ball.
There was still a fumble.
Sacks have been kind of the holy grail for them this year. They got their first one 2 weeks ago. But you got 11 quarterback hurry, so you were really as a unit, you were getting after the guys.
We were moving there, and especially with a team like this, it's tough because they're getting the ball out so quick, and they're running the play so fast. Like I think they're running a play every 18 seconds or something like that, which is – you're getting an 18-second break. All of a sudden, you're running like crazy again. So,
on their quarterback, Dungy gets rid of the ball in 1.7 seconds. So if you hurry him, you're doing something.
You're doing something. So the D-line was working. I got in there a little bit, tried to run around with the D-line.
Got a little too excited, a little too early.
Yeah, I thought Isaac was going to get it. He was stumbling around. I thought he could grab it for me, but whatever.
How about the fun aspect? Because what I've learned on the many years I've been here is there are no stricter and harder critics of Notre Dame players than Notre Dame players.
Yeah.
And you didn't get off to the start you wanted this year, and maybe beating yourselves up a little bit, feeling you couldn't have fun, feeling you had to kind of really bear down on each other. And Coach Kelly and certainly your new defense coordinator said, wait a second, you guys need to have fun.
Yeah.
You have some enthusiasm, and it looked like you really did.
No, yeah. I think we had, went into the game with that mindset. But like you said, the athletes we have here, they're trying to be perfect in school, trying to be perfect on the field, whatever aspect it is in life, So it's tough to sometimes, sit back and relax and have some fun when you're still trying to be accountable for your teammates and do your job and execute to the top, to the best of your ability. So there's a mix of that. Coach Kelly's brought that up to us, and I think we're doing a much better job of it. So
how is Coach Hudson fitting in? Because he's really only been here this year, and as an analyst, he's not around you as much as some of the other on-field coaches, but it looks like he's just walked right in like he's been here all year.
Yeah, he's a Notre Dame man, so he knows how we roll, and he slid in and has had fun with us, just like you were just talking about. He brought a fun aspect to it, and practices are fun and brings that energy to every day. So.
I definitely saw him throwing a few chest bumps.
No, yeah,
at you
for
guys
sure, exactly.
After plays.
He came in on Monday and was like, "I'm so sore."
Well, the one they had on TV, he got up there.
Yeah,
but I'm aware he's big. Oh, I don't want him hurting somebody. You better be ready for his chest bump.
He's running around practice. You got to watch out for him. He's in the middle of the field sometimes. You got to dodge him, otherwise you're going to get trucked.
Now, people listening probably figure it makes sense they're talking about football because softball's not a fall sport. But no, you guys are very busy now. You're in the midst of your fall schedule.
We actually had 5 games in the last week, and we're concluding this weekend with our last round robin. But we had another good weekend. One of our games got rained out, but we our pitching staff this year is looking really good. We had, I think, one hit against us in probably 12 innings. So we're off to a really great start, and we have a lot of really strong and powerful freshmen who have already kind of been making a mark.
See, she's a great teammate because she's not talking about
Yeah.
it's we, not I. But
what did you do this weekend?
I remember you talked about you were all excited about taking on that pro team.
Yes.
Yeah, you threw 3 shutout innings against them. You ended up losing the game, but you didn't give them any runs.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was cool to play a lot of them.
Do you know any of them?
Some of them I know from just playing throughout the past few years.
Gotcha.
Most of them, it was the best team in the league, and so most of them are kind of the single best players on each of the teams that we faced over the past few years. So a lot of them are, they're incredible. They're legendary players. But then there are some older ones who I grew up watching, and so that was kind of different to get to see them and play against them. But it was a humbling experience, I think, as a team, too. They were a little intimidating, but it was fun to go out there and get to talk to them and play.
And you were part of a tandem one-hitter against Loyola, and then you wrap it up with a doubleheader coming up on this Saturday. So for a softball team, what are you trying to accomplish in the fall season? And what do you need to do Saturday to feel really good about yourselves as you head into that winter until you start again in the spring? Yeah,
definitely. This fall, we really only have 6 weeks until we go into off season, and then we come back in January and get started again right before our full-blown season starts. And so it's really important to get the freshmen acclimated to our team culture, get them used to playing with a lot of the girls, because every year your culture changes, and there's players switching in and out, and you have to totally it's a completely different change. And so it's really getting them comfortable and confident before we hit season, because there's no turning back once we hit season.
And certainly under Deanna Gumpf, you guys, we now assume and expect you to get to the NCAA tournament every year, but it's not easy to get there.
No, we're shifting our focus a little bit this year. It's always been to host a regionals and get past regionals, and so we overlook typically the ACC tournament, and we are typically in the championship of the ACC tournament, but we don't really prep our mindset beforehand. So our goal this year is to win the ACC championship and kind of carry that championship mentality into postseason.
And certainly the ACC is tough for longtime softball fans. It's a tougher league than the old Big East used to be, and you've been through it now. How tough is the ACC?
It's difficult. One of the pitchers who graduated 2 years ago, she was player of the year as a pitcher, didn't bat. So, we're facing a lot of tough, facing a lot of tough players. And when you see them for 3 games in one weekend, people start to get used to pitchers, to hitters, and you really have to try to mix it up and play to their weaknesses. And so it gets difficult because people are really exposed within that weekend that we play each other, and then we play each other across 4 years. So, some people, and so it is a challenging league, and I think last year we had the most teams make it to the NCAA tournament that we've had in the past. So,
all right. Well, you guys are both very, very busy, and you had very good weeks. So I know you're going to be all smiles, and you got lots of questions. I know you spent most of your time this week coming up with questions for all our guests. Yes, absolutely. We're going to hear some of those questions as we continue on another jam-packed edition of the Jack Swarbrick Show right after this.
Stepping onto that field, letting your teammates rushing around you, fans, the bright lights, it's incredible.
The shot from McGowan, and she scores!
And we know that there's no easy games throughout the season. Every game is going to be a fight.
Great footwork. Little makes the diving save.
It's like this team is a family. You're playing for something that's bigger than yourself.